way men build men. Be all you can. Cause we building over here. You heard me? Huh? Iron sharpens iron, and I say men build men. One who builds up they brother, not tear down they kin. Giving hope to the youth and show them how to be men. All that child's play over, this way men build men. We uplift, we inspire, this way men build men. Be a man that kids admire, give a helping hand.
As a man, how do we control our emotions in every situation? Because I feel that situations are different, so you have to control them different in certain situations. Sometimes you got to control them different with your wife, your partners, your friends at work, all that. So, who wants to hit on that first? Control, how do you think controlling your emotions?
I could touch on it. First and foremost, I want to welcome everybody to this is episode 2?
Episode 2.
Inline Conversations with Men. Of course, I'm Spike.
Vince.
Chuck D.
Public Enemy. Anybody knows about that great group? Chuck D was the real mastermind. Him and Terminator X, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those guys. We're just some guys from Michigan,
Mississippi, Jackson,
New Orleans.
Again, we're coming to you guys. We're having really, what we call it, realistic conversations? Or?
Yeah, realistic on a modern level. We're not multimillionaires yet.
Yeah.
So those rich man problems are a little bit different than regular folks' problems. You know what I mean? So, and they're also a little bit different for poor people. Well, how do I say poor people? You got to be politically correct now.
We could say middle class because there's no such thing as low class.
Okay, you're right.
I mean,
So everybody's problems are a little bit different. So we're just, basically trying to have conversation based on a middle class life and go from there.
Or at people that's looking to earn their extra or get into their earning potential. We're here to help the men kind of figure out, improve what they're doing wrong or improve or add on to what they could be doing right. We're not giving relationship advice, but it's, things you should know as a man or things that, you will learn throughout your life. We're here to kind of give you, our experiences, our opinions or, what we've been through, but from a factual standpoint,
So, Spike, let me ask you this. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, nothing made up. Because what you see on TV and all, just around online is just a lot of made up stuff where, cats with a bunch of money say different things, but real life is us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We work a regular 9 to 5 or, we out here trying to get, like, with your pool service or, with your editing company, whatever we doing.
That's right. Still a 9 to 5.
Still a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You still got to get out there and get it, then still come home to the family.
Yeah.
And still make a difference. And then, with that being said, like the question was asked, how could we,
deal with, our emotions? Like, Chuck, let me ask you this.
Go ahead and put me on the spot.
So you and your partner been, together, whatever, 15, talking about friend, your dude friend, your partner, your ex-coon.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of have a ins and outs. Let's just say y'all have a disagreement and it goes to somewhere else where some names are called, some different things like that. Do I need a certain situation or to give you more, or can you just? How would you kind of deal with that?
Man, we grew up like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We grew up like that. At the end of the day, man, this ain't just started when we became men. It started with our cousins and our childhood friends,
brothers and all that type of
brothers.
stuff.
You fight today, and then tomorrow you be back shooting marbles or doing whatever riding bike or whatever. But now you got grown man issues where a lot of times if you my friend. You're not my friend part-time. You're my friend. You're my dudes who I move with. They're not just my friend. They are my brothers. So we gon' fuss. We not gonna always see things eye to eye.
Where you're ready to correct people
Beg your pardon?
where you should be able to maybe correct people or
Right.
different things.
Because if I look at it like this: if you're not a brother that when I'm rolling with you, if you're not helping me or making me stretch me out to reach my full potential, what is the true basis of our relationship? If especially you know how most of the time we look for our guys to be our yes men. Yeah, dog, go ahead and do it. But sometimes you need a no man.
You need a guy that said that shit ain't working,
Hey,
man.
bruh.
That ain't it.
Bruh, it's time
Yeah.
for me to pull you in, bro. I'm gonna have to pull your coattail on this one. You wrong.
Right.
You know, like last week we were talking, and I said there was different situation with my wife, and just say if we got into it, I'm in, because guess what? It's supposed to be this way. But if I take a step back and like reassess, maybe I can see. I mean, after what it was, friendly fellowship,
After the fellowship.
Yeah.
then you can kind of see that, you know what, Chuck, maybe you were wrong, or that brother, you're supposed to be accountable to someone. Hey, bro, guess what, man? Even though you don't want your business out, you just put your business out there like that. But hey, Vince, man, I was going through something, man, and me and my girl, we got into it like this, little heated fellowship. And man, what you think about this situation? Not putting the business out there, but sometimes you need that brother, or even like a female might need that sister to say, you know what, love, this time you did it wrong. It only strengthens you. It grows you. It makes you reach your full potential. Like we said last week, life is like that relay race. You get to a certain point, you got to give it up. But you had to go through it, because guess what? Vince and his girl might be going through it and not know how to come out of that situation.
Wife.
Sorry.
We gotta be correct, people. Wives.
You might see this.
Well,
so.
you know what I'm saying, man. Like,
What girl you talking about?
right? But which is my sister too. But hey,
That'd be odd. Like, yeah, man, you let this nigga do this.
So when you have those interactions with your friends, because say for instance, you can have a friend for 30 years, you can have a friend for 20 years, or you can have a friend for 5 years. But those 3 friends are still the same type of friends, and you treat them the same type of way as you treat the 30-year or 40-year with the 5-year, because, just different things are said, different things like that. So, we all know our circle with who we want to deal with. You know what I mean? And we're all going. But what I'm trying to get at also is when y'all had that heated fellowship with your partner, and who calls who? Because both of y'all think you're right.
oh, I'm right. I know I'm right.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Who calls who, and how does that? And what happens if that call never happens?
Well, I can chime in on this because we've all experienced it, but I experienced it a few times on a few levels. I'm usually the one that's making the phone call first. If I felt like there was if we need to reset,
Are you a beta male or alpha male? Because
No.
that's the word.
No.
That's the word. I'm
big
not
bro,
saying
but-
you are. I'm just saying that's a.
I'm saying
that's a perception.
if I felt that I did something wrong, or if I was wrong in that conversation, then yeah, I'll make the phone call first. But I got I'll call them associates now, because once I downgrade you from friend to associate, then there's no need to communicate. I had a partner that rolling tight. You know what I'm saying? You meet people when you work at different spots. Y'all end up
Right. That's
getting
right.
cool and shit. And this one particular time, he decided to go purchase some items without me. But I was already called by my connect, like, hey, you need to check on your man because it's hot around here. Right? So, long story short, he ended up getting locked up. Now that same night, I'm in a whole different city fixing on a computer. I'm not thinking that I can't call this man back because he calls me from jail. In my mind, I'm not calling my nigga to get me out of jail. I'm calling my old lady.
Right.
Especially when I know that you done got tax money, you didn't told me your whole business. Now, if I can do it, then I'll come get my partner out of jail. But this particular situation, the next day, my dog damn near died. He was slumped over. When you have a little dog, if anybody don't know this, when dogs are puppies, when they're little teacups or whatever, you gotta constantly feed them because if they don't eat, their glucose will go down and they'll have a sugar reaction. The dog will sit there, be wagging his tail, happy in the motherfucker, but he's slumped over. He can't do shit. So when you're married, you can't, to get back to the point, when you're married, when someone call you, say, yo, can you come get me out of jail? It's $500. It's a lot of money. To be, you gotta consult.
You're giving it away, basically.
You gotta consult because again, when you bond somebody out, not only you gotta wait to get your money back, you gotta hope they don't jump bail. If anybody understand how when you get locked up and you get a bond, your bond money is held until, depending on the charge, it's held until you go to court again. Now, it's not saying this dude wasn't a stand-up dude and I was gonna do it for him. It's just you caught me at a time where, first of all, it's the first of the month. I gotta consult with my wife first. It's like, yo, my man, he locked up. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I need to get him out. Can we do it? So you stuck in between choosing your buddy over your family. So he ended up, when I didn't get him out, I never talked to him again, put it like that. It got to the point where, and in that instance, I didn't feel I was wrong.
Right.
I didn't have to call you back on this case because you should have known. You shouldn't have looked at it like this. And I guess this goes into the whole, people don't understand how marriages work. They don't understand certain things you just can't up and do. Now, if you got all the money in the world and you rich and you shitting money, then you can easily make decisions that won't affect your family. But a $500 getting you out of jail, who'd have known what happens the next day? So I never talked to that person again. I never reached out. I never felt I was wrong. And in an instance like that, no, I'm not reaching out. But if this is just like a heated conversation and some disrespect, and again, it shouldn't get to that point. Like, if I'm your boy, I shouldn't be calling you no B.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be calling you no hoe ass nigga.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even get to the point where we're disrespecting each other. When we get the name calling, now we looking like some broads. No disrespect. We looking real feminine now. Now we letting our emotions get bad. Now we taking shots at each other and everything and come out like touch on it, but things start to come out that you would be surprised. Like, damn, you really felt that way?
All right.
You supposed to be my man. We supposed to be up like, you know what, bro? Let me calm down. Like OG said, let me assess the situation and let's take a step back. And sometimes you have to take a step back because when you let those emotions rage up, the only thing left once the B word comes out,
you got to be ready to
ain't nothing else but fisticuffs coming out.
You got to be ready to knuckle up just in case the knuckling up happens.
I'm like this though. After, just say not that situation, big bro, but if it was another situation, me and this cat been rocking for 20 years, and we have that verbal conversation where we not talking, and just say I say, you know what, man, like, man, that's my dog, man. Let me go ahead and call this man up.
Yep.
And I go ahead and make that phone call and call him, and he don't answer, because he see me. He knows
you see me calling. You see it.
Okay.
You get one call. Yeah.
And then because do you go in apologizing, right? Like, hey, bro, like, squash it, or you just try to bag it up with, something else, and then hey, bro, the shit that happened the other day or whatever. Like, do you go on and just, hey, bro,
No, I ain't going to write no 4-page letters first.
No, not no 4-page letter.
I ain't
But,
apologizing
hey, bro,
first.
Like, do you go ahead and say sorry? But
Well,
because I know me.
Yeah, I know sorry ain't finna come through.
I would be.
Huh?
I know the word I'm sorry, but it's gonna be phrased in a different, way. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm sorry for this.
I
He'll be
I apologize,
you know,
but
yeah,
man, like
yeah,
we just
yeah.
go. Let's go ahead and squash that, man. We like for me, and then sometime they already know the deal, man. Bros already know the deal, man. Like I'm 53 years old. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm holding no grudges. I'm getting out the way. I'm not. If case in point, we said it last week. Me and Tiny got into it, and I never called him and apologized.
I just had a conversation.
But before I got up from the table, I if he can remember, I said, bro, we brothers, and brothers argue, and right now, this is what it is. And we talk and whoop, 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 and guess what? I said, man, I'm out of here. I sipped the Heineken and roll, and we never spoke for a couple of weeks. But when we seen each other again, we apologize.
No. So what actually? So to me, and just to me, and this is why I talk about we're probably gonna be, I'm sorry, different things like that. But what happened was when we saw each other, you came over to your cousin's house and I was over there. That's where we were staying, and we were having conversation, and you said some things about me that were admirable.
Yeah, because
so to me, even though I didn't need an apology or whatever, that was an apology. You know what I mean?
yeah,
you
but
know what I mean?
just because we argue, I don't feel. I'm not feeling that.
No,
you
I'm not
ain't
saying.
rocking,
I'm not saying that you
Yeah.
felt that way or different
Yeah.
things. But what I'm saying is sometimes, and this is where I was talking about, we're not gonna come out with the words "I'm sorry" or "brother, thank you." It would just kind of carry on as nothing kind of happened. We know in the back of our mind what went down, but it kind of carry on as nothing kind of happened because men, I think, are different from females, women.
A lot.
So sometimes things with us don't have to be spoken on a lot. You know what I mean? Especially when there's true friendship in it. Now,
Amongst each
some
other.
things can get to certain levels where it got to be spoken on.
The thing about this, if you honor the person's friendship, right, and if you know your partner, you know how he is, you gotta be able to see. You gotta have farsight.
See past all that.
You gotta be able to see. Okay, a lot of people play checkers. They don't play chess. They don't understand that. All
Boss
right,
moves.
different
moves.
moves, right? Okay, I know my partner get emotional. He always wanna. You got certain friends that just want to be right.
So some of your friends, they just want to be the LePons.
Yeah. So
They don't have no rooks and bishops in them.
right, they just want to
Kings.
move me along, right? So
Straight.
you got to be able to kind of move around them and know which way to go. And again, like you said, the apology won't come out, but it'll come out in a way like, man, that shit last week was fucked up, man. We ain't had to.
Or you could be like me. When after it's said, or like him, after it's said, it's gone already.
Yeah, we bros. Once you say that,
No, we might not talk,
yeah.
but because once I say it, it's over for me.
Right.
It's done. And then, well, it'll come around. But hey, I don't have to say, hey, bro, like, man, I can't say it. I apologize. Or, hey, man, I'm sorry for
Well,
that
yeah,
shit,
not saying you couldn't
But,
say it.
but at the end of the day, but like you said, man, the stuff that I said, it came from it's how I feel.
Right.
I mean, this cat been friends for over 20-something years.
So I should be able to.
If I can't say to you, hey, bro,
That's fucked
you messing up.
Then we don't need to be friends.
You messing, and I expect you to tell me this, tell me the same.
I expect you to be on me and correct. It's not correction. It's just like you
it's how we
said,
talk.
right? Like you said, it's a lot of people that let things go when they're in the, when you're in the entourage and you within your crew. I got a partner back home right now. He called me the other day. We had a conversation about, he called me with different shit to be talking about, and I just cut into him one day. I just not cut into him, but he had told me he had went through a little situation, and I said, bro, you really gotta, that ain't it.
And to let out some, yeah.
I'm coming from a place of love, bro. That ain't it. You're going to have to really bite down. You're going to have to, you at that midpoint in your life where you got to make strategic decisions. And you can't ask me in one breath, man, how you be moving the way you move when I'm giving you the game. Every conversation we had, I'm giving it to you like, yo, bro, I do this. This is how I can see farther than what is in front of me. And he took it very well. He's like, man, you know what, bro, you right. And I had to make sure that I wasn't going too far, because sometimes you can go too far, and that person may not be able to handle the raw truth. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, bro, that's what I expect you to be. I expect you to tell me the truth. I expect you to be honest with me. So I think, it depends on the person. It depends on the maturity. It depends on what's being said. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Do you think there was a point in your life where age point or maturity point where you can count back? Because I don't know if I could actually when I turned on the switch and start doing different things differently. But I know now I think about my circle, how we always talk about people are only meant, sometimes to be in your life for a certain amount of
Seasons
years.
and
Sometimes
reasons.
people are meant to be in your life all your life. You know what I mean? Because right now I don't really care about. I ain't gonna say I don't really need no big circle, but I don't really need no big circle. I can just have whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like what they call it, introverted, when you like to be by yourself.
You're an introvert if you don't like being out, and you're
know what I
extrovert when you.
Yeah, I ain't gotta be in no big crowd.
I must be extra.
If you're extrovert, that means you're good with people. You good.
But I don't know, man. Like I think I just see things a little bit differently. Period about friendships, because I don't have, I don't have a lot of friends. And crazy part, I don't want a lot either. Because back in the day when I was moving around a lot, I was always taught being alone make you strong.
True.
But you do need your friend. You do need friends to pull your coattail.
That's right. You need
And I think that's an old school way of thinking. Hey, bro, like being alone make you strong. No, you got to have you a nice team. You got to have you some people that's in your corner. Even when like, just say a boxer, he got 3 dudes in his corner.
Cut man, trainer.
And all of them, but they got one dude that's in his ear.
The spit bucket.
Cut man,
Yeah.
So everybody needs somebody.
yeah.
Right.
And a lot of times, man, just the way your upbringing, the way you raised, all that stuff, man, it plays a major part in life. And sometimes, man, you like me, God is blessing me
Most definitely.
to have a better attitude as far as, like I said, how to handle certain situations. And I think by me being the person that I was, I really don't know how to handle. But I'm definitely not the same person that I was last year. And from last year, I'm definitely not the person that I was before. Okay. And most people say, man, I'm a work in progress. Well, I'm actually, and this ain't got nothing to do with no money, no finance, no nothing. I'm talking about real life. 12-hour shift, hard worker that go home and take care of family, that type of stuff. Real life stuff, man. Like I just shoot from a different, I just shoot from the hip on a lot of things. And a lot of times you come across people they can't accept that part of it to me. And like I said, maybe sometime I might come across wrong, but maybe my delivery ain't what it's supposed to be. But you do understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the truth never comes with a button and a bow. Michael Jackson said it best. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. So if I can't slide that mirror up in front of your face and make you look at it, then you can never be told right. It's all about accountability. And if you go back to our topic, and this all feeds into emotion. If a dog is never told, hey, don't shit in the house, he's gonna think it's okay. Like you said, but some people got yes men around. I know tons of cats back home. I done been in music studio sessions. Niggas in there bobbing their head. I ain't bobbing my head.
That's like me. If a joke ain't funny, I ain't laughing.
He like, dog, you ain't feeling that?
No.
Hey, man, do you want my opinion? I ain't gonna lie to you. I think you can do better than that. I had a dude tell me, I got tons of videos out of shop, music videos. I'm thinking, you know, because as an editor, you think, oh man, you're constantly tweaking what you can do right?
Right.
But the person who doesn't understand what you do, they may see that shit as amazing. Oh man, that shit is hot. So you got to kind of check your ego a little bit because everybody keep telling you, oh, that shit's fire, that shit's hot. I had a dude back home, and I thank him every day for this because we had these same conversations. Hey, bro, you have the open door to tell me if I'm wrong. If I ain't hit no shit, let me know because I don't.
You've always told us that.
Yeah,
I
already told. So,
you know
dude told me like, dog. He told me in the best way possible. He said, Spike, I think you can do better. It's all right. I think you can do better. Now, I ain't gonna lie. It crushed.
It hurt you a little bit, huh?
It was like, nigga, I just did all this. What the fuck you mean, nigga? But then I thought of it. I said, damn, he right. Then the came back with the edit. I saved the edit, actually. One of my homeboys, he lost all the footage, the main footage. All I had was like B-roll stuff, shots from different angles that you really just filler shots. And I put a whole video together, front to back, with those shots. And he was like, dog, see, that's what I'm talking about. You went on, you took my advice, and you applied it. Instead of taking it as a diss or a shot, you took the criticism and you controlled your emotions and you didn't get flared up. Even though on the inside, I didn't let you see it on the outside. On the inside, I was flaming. Like, nigga, what the fuck you mean? But I was able to control myself. Like, you know what? There is some right in some of this. You know, I can count all the projects I worked on. I can tell you where lazy edits was at. I can tell you from front to back what I could have did different. But you need people to be able to correct you. Correction is okay to me, personally.
Well, let me ask a question. And I guess it'll start from adulthood. Adulthood, when a man, you know, I ain't gonna say 18, but 21, you know, to where we're at right now. Have you ever lost a friend because of a change in you that they didn't agree with?
Plenty.
Recently.
Plenty. I had a nigga tell me college was the worst thing I could have did. 3 years later, he was the same nigga calling me, hey, dog, did you fuck with the computers? I regurgitated the same message to him. Hey, dog, college was the dumbest thing I ever did. Click. My tolerance for people is very, not short, but that was a person that didn't mean me no well. You should have encouraged me to go to college. You should have graduated.
But what if I don't like college? Because I don't.
Don't
like
matter.
college. But that's you, I guess. Okay. You know what I mean?
We from the
Right.
slums. We from the mud.
Right.
You made it off the block. That should be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't celebrate that? You told me college was dumb. God rest the dead, though, because he ain't with us no more. He ain't walking this earth.
And you did the same. You've lost some friends because of a change in you that they didn't agree. And you ain't got to go in specifics of what that changed. If you want to, you can, but you don't. I just wanted to pose the question.
Well, man, I don't even want to put it like this. I don't even believe, quote unquote, I lost him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was his season.
Right.
You feel me? Maybe it was just his season for our season for us to be together, or hang out that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? If, hey, bro, I'm about to go do this, and you tell me, nah, these are everybody done that before.
Some bullshit, man.
Well, I'm like this, man. They done it and failed. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Right?
you.
So I'll go off and do it. And hey, man, sent them a picture. Hey, man, I did it, dog. On your birthday, October 5th, I passed. So I text, look, I'm excited. I text him the picture of the thing. Hey, man, listen, I did it, bro. We can work. Let's do some business.
Mm-hmm.
No response. Hit him up. This is through text. Hit him up on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Go straight to voicemail.
Oh.
So wait a minute. Now, look.
Yeah.
I ain't that smart, but I do know this. I do know about. Look, I do know
When
about
they go
these.
straight to voicemail. That's
Block.
a block.
This man done blocked me.
I think I'm going to add an
Wait,
edit in that
wait.
that says block.
Wait a minute.
Right.
So, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out what part of the game
is this. What did I do?
about me doing what I done
Right.
hurt your feelings.
Right. Right. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
And listen, in my mind, this is how I play. This is how I play it. And I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. And I maybe said this last week, but guess what? For the viewing audience, I'm going to say it again. Teaching purposes.
This is a learning experience here, guys.
Jealousy have 3 cousins.
Yep.
Envy, strife, division.
We're going to make sure on the edit, guys, that those 3 words pop up
Right.
on the screen.
Envy, you're envious of me. And I'm not saying this is law. But I'm just saying everything lines itself up. You're envious because I never done you nothing. I just showed you a picture of something that I thought we was cool with.
Yeah, we could celebrate together.
Because
you know what I mean?
you're my round.
Right.
Strifeful. We ain't never argued, but it lines up. And now division, separation. Yeah, I mean, we thick as thieves. How would it look? Me not celebrate you and your moves, or you and your moves, because guess what, man? Guess what, bruh? This is great, man. You got your own business now.
Because it might elevate me.
It might even motivate
something
you.
different.
Watch out, fam. Watch this though. You put your business out. What you do? You did pool service.
Oh, not here. Yeah. In
Pool
other-
service business, right? Pool service business. Attached to pools, or guess what?
Homes. Every pool got a home. Not every home got a
Now-
pool, but every pool got a home.
So now, old Chuck D over here,
Okay.
a little boy from Reserve, Louisiana,
Tell it.
have his real estate license. Why we can't do business together? Hey man, listen. Yeah, well, I know you probably wouldn't do it with me because your wife,
She's a realtor too.
she's a realtor too.
About to be a broker.
Proud to be a broker. That's my little sister. I'm proud of her. But what I'm saying is,
It's a family affair as far as us is concerned, but it's a family affair as far as your friend because you feel that he was a family also.
Yeah, that's-
until the certain situation happened to where you elevated. You know, we always have this thing about we don't like to take tests, we don't like to read, we don't do.
Hey, say that again. Say that last part again.
You know, we don't like to take tests, we don't like to read, we don't like to just learn about how to get generational wealth. So by you elevating yourself from somewhere else, it should have been a celebration that
man, I've been in the refinery business for
Right.
25 years. Chemical oil field business, 20. I want to do something different. I don't want to have to, I'm getting older. I don't want to always have to breathe.
right.
Because guess what? When I say breathe, I have to think about my family. I want to be here to celebrate with them for all the upcoming and all the things that we're going to do. So eventually, I have to start doing something else. Because when I was younger, and this for the kids too, when I was younger, I wasn't wise as I am now. Because working shift work, 3 on, 4 off, or however the shift went work at the time. On my off days, I was doing other things instead of picking up on something then.
Right.
Now I'm older. I'm not gonna say not as smart that way, but like you say, I wasn't in the books. Now I have to do more math. I have to do more reading to even pass the test. So, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like if I never sell a house,
You accomplished something because you
I
passed
did
it,
something
yeah.
that I wanted to do, and I passed.
You took a chance and you believed that, and again, being complacent to add on what you were saying. A lot of people are okay with where they're at. They don't, evolution is important. That's how we got here at some
Right.
point, right? So if you ain't looking to evolve, and then evolution goes back to the whole calling your brother out, or not even calling him out, just say, hey, bro, you could have did that different, and being able to
But
retain.
guess what? Big bro. Perfect. You just hit it dead on the head. I seen him. I seen him out. I had an opportunity to say something. But you know what? You know who came out? Diesel.
Yeah.
You know what? Man,
Right.
I'm out of here, man. I ain't even worth my
I
time.
ain't even worth my
finna worry
time.
about that.
But you know what? In actuality, I'm a bigger person than that. Mm-hmm. It played with me a little bit because we cool.
You're supposed to be better
You're a
than
bigger
that.
person than that, but I don't necessarily say that you were wrong for not interacting or right or whatever. It's how you felt at that moment. So, to me, somewhat as long as you can live with yourself and your decisions, then I think that we should just be
Man,
okay.
put it like this, and I know this is inline conversations, right? But this brother who I listen to on a daily, and I don't know if I could even say
Yeah,
his
go
name.
ahead. Say what.
Like Eric Thomas is one of my favorite people to listen to. Shouts out Eric. So if you ever hear something about Chuck D, Vince, and Spike, this is what it is. Like honestly, this dude, I clicked on one of his messages, and when I clicked on it, this is the first thing it said. Not that. This is what it said. It said, "Quit being scared to take the test." Mm-hmm. Man, I was homeless. Why are you scared? Mm-hmm. Why are you scared to take the test?
What the worst you can do?
What he said it took him. Man, I'm selling it for him. He said it took him 12 years to get a 4-year degree, but once he got the degree, guess what? They don't have on that. How many years it took him? Mm-hmm. All he know is that he passed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So why are you scared to go in there and take this test? And so, man, I got up that morning and, said my prayers, went in there, look, my hand about to shake off the damn computer. Mm-hmm. But I went in there and took that test, man.
And that goes along to say with, just while you said you clicked on it and it spoke directly to you what you needed to hear at that moment in time to do what you were planning to do. But have you ever been in church and you thought pastor somebody
God.
had talked to pastor?
Well, wait a minute.
And
That's my ex-wife. I said, you went up there and talked to this man?
You know what I mean?
Right, you look at this shit like,
You know what I mean?
you know you ain't been in church in about 3 Sundays and shit.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
This
So
man just reading my rights.
It's just that the universe
Like,
or
was you
God
at the club last
or
night with
whatever
me?
and put that word out there that you
It pierces you, big bro.
needed
That's
to
what
hear
it is.
some things, and that's why I've been in church sometime and get that feeling over your body, not that Holy Ghost or all that, you know what I mean, but just
You just break out in tears
that feeling over
sometimes.
your body. And be
I
like,
broke out in tears sometimes.
Yeah, man.
I've done it before.
and our current pastor, I go, man,
Wait a minute.
hold on,
Listen,
did Rocky
Dog,
use-
you got bugs in my house or something? What club you was at last night? Shit.
But yeah, those are just something I wanted to
Right.
ask and touch on, but something else, and I don't want to elaborate too far on this, but do you think that your handling certain situations with men is different from handling situations at your home with your significant other?
For me, no, because amongst my friends and then my wife, one thing I'll come on the record and say this: I married my wife twice, and every time, and I've told this story. We was at Jeremy's place. The old girl was like, the girl that was there, she's just like, what the? And she zoomed in on me like, how do you do that, right? Because this lady was 41 years old, had no man, got everything going for her, and she couldn't understand like, how the fuck you marry your wife twice? And the first half of my marriage, I was a little flamboyant. A lot of us sometimes, ego, it goes back to ego. Men have an ego. Man's ego has to be stroked every now and then. Women should know this, right? Communication was a problem with me and my wife. We were talking to each other, but we weren't listening. So I developed a way of communicating with everybody. These brothers, even if we out somewhere, you would never know if I'm upset or not. You'll never know if my boiling point's been hit, because I know how to communicate. So I would say for me, I'm the exact same way with my wife and with my friends. Now, I may talk to her a little softer and not as firm, but the delivery is almost this exact same. We had to work on that. We had to figure out what the conversation is. Most of my partners, we don't even get to that point. We don't even get to the point where I have to readjust. At least the partners I got now, because I got like 5 homeboys back home. At least right now, we have conversations.
Well,
For me.
big bro, I'm you met her twice?
Yeah, so basically, to sum the story up, so my wife is one of those women that, you know what I'm saying, she don't have that many friends. You know what I'm saying? She's a real woman to me. She doesn't have to be in everybody's face. She watches the room. She's military. She's a Marine. So she's the true definition of eyes behind my head. I know what's going on with her. She knows what's going on. But long story short, I was a little too flamboyant. Oh, I got my wife. Shit, I ain't gotta. Oh, I could. You know, I ain't never cheated on my wife, but I did engage in conversation with other females that was totally disrespectful.
Yeah, that's
Big
not
bro, that's
cheating.
cheating. Yeah. Big
said
bro,
what?
that's cheating.
Go ahead,
In
Vince.
my book, that's cheating.
Well,
cheating?
it's called.
There's levels to everything.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
to
just
me,
saying.
okay. So I've never was emotionally attached to anybody that I engaged with in conversation.
Right.
Because from my standpoint, and this can be, I had a homeboy had to check me. Because when I got kicked out the house, I had to go stay with that nigga for about 2 months. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I was always physically and emotionally attached to my wife. Everything else was sport. It was pure sport. It was just to see if I can do it, just to see how far I go, right?
Well,
and that's
sometimes,
the
you have
ignorant.
that competitive
Yeah, that's the
nature
ignorant
and
way of
stuff like that,
thinking.
yeah.
So yeah, she wasn't having that shit. So engaging in conversation with another female on a technical level to certain people is cheating. For me, adultery, according to the Bible, is when you sleep with another man's wife versus what people think you sleeping with another female. Now, do I approve adultery? No. You're supposed to be 100% loyal to your wife. So I wasn't loyal 100%.
I'm gonna have to read on that, Doc.
And then he would come back the next week and correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I'm gonna have to read on that.
Yeah. It's weird how they twist the
'Cause I
words.
thought it was the mental mindset myself.
Because if you believe
Think
in your,
about it.
if you
Yeah.
even think about it,
The lusting of it.
Right.
you've already done it.
Committed.
Right. But I never, again, and that was one of those
Now, come on
situations.
now, Doc.
Now, hold on.
There's-
I'm just saying, I'm correcting myself. I didn't see it that way at that time in my life. I didn't see that. I didn't see it was a problem.
Cause I done slept with a few of them. In my mind.
I ain't never
In
slipped.
my
I ain't never slipped. And it was to the point where,
I'm sorry.
but I never slipped like that. I always either, all right, well, shit, I ain't got caught yet. Let me go in and clean it up.
Vince, you ever?
No comment. Plead the fifth. We're gonna ask Vince that. Vince, we're gonna cut that out. So yeah,
you
that's
can leave it in there.
so basically
Yeah,
what I did end up doing. We divorced, and at this time I had stopped doing all what I was doing. I just partied out too late. I came in like 5 a.m.
Oh yeah,
through.
Way too late.
So now I'm already at the tipping point of the
You know what? You gotta go.
You gotta go. I went. I
You're doing
offered
too
to go,
much.
but think about this, and not to get too deep into it. Women will do things right to see if you bite on it. So me, I'm the individual. I'm gonna make you eat those words.
Go on and out, enjoy yourself.
Yeah. No. She told me. She was like.
have fun.
She was like, no, she didn't tell me that. So what ended up happening is, long story short, me and my man, who's my best friend right now, he used to work for the Free Press. I took him to his job because he needed to go to his job. But now we had a photo shoot, we had a clothing line, all that shit. Party too much. Party's like, I'm drunk as fuck. But we still partying in Detroit. So I decided, I ain't gonna get in trouble, but I ain't know at this time I'm paying attention to my wife. She's at her boiling point at this point. So she was like, well, you can get the fuck out. Shit, okay. I'm the type of person, I'm very literal. So you have to be very careful how you word shit. Like I may take it, and if you know me, you may be playing. I may think you playing, but for her, it was to the point that I know I had fucked up already. She tired of me at this point, and I'm out of here. So I just cold turkey, started talking to her, but I was still texting every now and then. How you doing? You know, checking in, nigga shit. You doing good over there? You need, not even that.
Okay.
You need some food? You hungry over there? Because, food is the best way to break certain shit. And when my sister died, this is how fucked up I was. We was full-blown divorce at this point. I had another chick at the funeral with me, but I wasn't with her like that. I was like, she's sitting in the back. I told her, when you come, you got to sit in the back. 'Cause my wife might be up in this bitch. You got to sit in the back. You cannot sit with me. And my uncle, God rest his soul, he gave me the toughest heart-to-heart that straightened me up. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Where's your wife at? Oh, you in here with this? Baby girl, you got to get up out of here. This ain't for you. You a dumbass. I felt like Ray Liotta on Goodfellas. You got to go home. You got to go home, right? She's going to start telling, and then we got to kill you. So that point, we started to communicate a little bit better, find out where the communication break was, and I was talking at her and not talking to her and not just grabbing her hand and, like OG said, just taking a step back and say, damn, you know what? Let me approach this different.
Man, but you know what, big bro? Why has it always got to be that way?
Because female...
Why? I think Tyne asked this question last week. Why do we always have to be the one to bite the bullet when they know they're wrong?
Well,
it's like chewing glass.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I mean, a lot of times we have to look, babe. I'm sorry. Because you tell your wife, hey, look, I'm sorry, babe. Mm-hmm. But it's damn near we stay underneath, and you need to change, mm-hmm. but you can remain the same. Mm-hmm. Why is it that we have to change or bite the bullet, and then we have to go to them?
Let me roll this back a little bit.
Go ahead, roll it back.
That might have to be the next.
Let me roll this back a little bit and say, I still, I know where you're going. I know what you're saying, but I don't want it to jump into them versus them and all this and all that.
That might be a good.
I just wanted to answer the question as far as, do we handle our home situations different from our partner situations? Not necessarily to be relationship talk.
I got you, but I do have one more question for my man.
Okay.
Maybe not even a question. Like, most of the time, even if back in the day when I was married, and if I even thought about her, text her, call her, check on her, see how she doing. We divorced now. Mm-hmm.
You're talking about your second, not your current.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, like honestly, man, like, I want to call her, I'm going to talk to her, mm-hmm. just see what's happening with her. Mm-hmm. True bruh stuff, right?
Right.
And so I hit her up, and then when we start talking, something happened in my mind. Oh, this is why I'm not with her. You never had that?
No, because I understood.
It was you.
I understood who the problem was. Now, she did later in conversation, and we didn't have we ain't had no therapist or none of that shit, right? She revealed to me, like, damn, you know what? It was some shit that I had to look deep inside myself, and it was some bullshit I was on too, and I would be doing a little slick shit, and I would pick it up quick, and I wouldn't throw it at her, but I'll remind her later, like, hey, that was some bullshit, and she would deny it, because accountability is like chewing glass. They'd rather chew glass than be held accountable. They will die on a sword if they have to be held accountable. Some females, right? So I knew who the problem was. When my uncle talked to me, God rest his soul, and then my best friend Cedric, who I stayed 6 months with, he said, nigga, if you want to go home, just pick up the phone. I already seen you on the camera. She's been here. Y'all been hanging out. Y'all texting and shit. You only happy when you nigga go to the crib. Nigga, stop. Put your ego down. Put your dick up, nigga. Put your pride down. So no, she's never been the type that like, nah, this ain't the reason why I'm with her. I told her today, you ain't superficial. She's never been a superficial type. She always was just cool. Like my friend. She's my friend. We can kick, we crack jokes, we go shoot guns together, we do a lot of shit together. So it was like, and then I started seeing the bullshit that was out there. This is 2015 though, just to be, this is 2022.
Y'all go shoot
Yeah, we go shoot guns.
down here?
No, I'm looking to find.
Because there's some places I was talking to my wife about, going
Yeah,
to shoot. Because we
Well, we better
carry
start
some.
getting our for the record. And I know this is not a gun advocate show, but I just read something the other day, a bill that they're trying to pass, where they're trying to attach 1,000% tax on assault rifles.
Yeah, I ain't buying no assault rifle anyway.
Well, you want to at least have you one rifle,
yeah.
right? You want to have you some,
Nah,
you get a musket. You can get you can get you a Remington, saying boat action.
Nope.
You want no rifle?
Nope, hand-to-hand combat.
I got
38 or revolver.
I got an AR pistol. It's pretty short, 7-incher.
I don't want, what do they call them things? Them kids, they be the little thing they call them now. They got a name for them.
The Dracos.
Dracos, yeah.
They ain't nothing but a baby K.
Right. So I don't even none of that. But I just say that because we were gonna look for somewhere to go shoot because my wife's a realtor again.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes she have to interact with people she don't know.
And they make good corsets. I'll send you the Instagrams. Like my wife has a corset where when we go out in public, you don't know that she's carrying. Right. You will know if I'm carrying because my gun have all these weird like compartments on it. I got a red dot so in the dark I can hit you. I got fancy shit. Like I got some fancy shit again, but no. So we touched on something right today, and I think we're gonna end it with that. We had a nice little conversation about basketball.
Yeah.
That that got a little. It was a very interesting exchange, but we'll bring it in. So, is it okay? All right. So let me ask you a question. So we still talking about emotions, right? Is it okay for men to be vulnerable?
Yeah.
To have emotions.
So,
are we those Neanderthals where we just can't show emotion, or there are times where we have to show that we are human and we do have emotion?
Well, men back in the day, my dad, me, and probably his dad and dad, always had to be to where they didn't cry, don't kids stop all that, but the girls, oh, come here, baby, you can cry my arm. Mm-hmm. So I think right now in today's society now, there's a little bit of a turning point. Men are trying to get to a point where they can show their emotions.
But I think it's a little overwhelming though. I think a lot of Carl Thomases.
So even the men don't know how to deal with, or the women don't know how to deal with. See, like say for me right now, if Chuck broke down and started crying, my first thought is to, man, I'm finna go. I ain't.
See, I'm told the opposite. I'm asking, bro, you okay, bro? What's going on? You need
to
just say like this, man. I believe me, I'm at church, and I'm sitting there, and man, it was touching, moving, and man, his brother went up and shared his testimony, and when he got through his, he midway through his testimony, you could tell he was trying to hold it back,
right,
to hold him tears back, and so man, I'm sitting there, look, I'm like the light shine, I'm looking, so I could feel them welling up in my eye. But so he do a number like this.
Oh,
see when he did that?
Did a little dog moan. See
when he did that? I felt,
that
like you like if a grown man cry, a grown man cry, like man, what he crying for? He touch,
right?
He's something, he feeling it, and believe it or not, y'all young cats, man. Like I'm old.
I'm old as hell. I'll be 40. It's over.
I know y'all young cats look at me like
a little bit younger, but not young cats.
So, but man, honestly, I've gotten more softer in my and I don't want nobody to think I'm soft, but
you beta?
softer in my.
And then we got to break that word down, man.
I know. I'm just throwing it out of the
in my day, man, because at the drop of a dime, bro, if something hit, like if I feel something, man, I really feel it.
So you ever cried at a movie?
No, I ain't never. Well,
Okay. Have you ever had a movie make you shed tears?
believe it or not, yes.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes,
Okay,
I have.
and believe
I ain't
it-
gonna admit it.
Believe
But
it or
yes.
not, remember the Titans. I don't know why.
The speech was a motherfucker.
No, when they were in the hospital room, man, the two brothers, the white cat and the brother, they were in the hospital room, and when the nurse came in, she told the black guy he had to leave. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
He had to leave, and he was like, "Man, you don't see? That's my brother." I don't know why. It just it did something.
different.
Yeah, it did
It hit
because
different.
all the fighting and arguing and fussing that they were doing, and then at that point they became solid. They became friends.
That was a turning point.
Yeah.
So we're talking about movies. Denzel, John
John Q, another one.
and Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
Those are two for me that
I'm gonna go-
Man on Fire is my favorite movie.
That's one of my favorite
And
movies too.
out of movies. Man on Fire.
I like Training Day too.
I'm gonna go completely out the box on y'all, and y'all wouldn't even
Don't you
believe
say
it.
Alice in Wonderland? What?
Fuck no.
101 Dalmatians.
What the hell?
Lady in the Trap and shit.
Yeah.
Imitation of Life, the original Imitation of Life.
Imitations of Life. I
So
never saw
Imitation
that.
of Life was a film about Mammy. She actually was one of the first black actresses starred in this movie. And the movie it introduced me to what colorism was and what it really meant back then. Her daughter was as light as they can get. So, back in the day, if you were light, bright, you passed.
You can get away.
You was in the crib. You ate the good food. You didn't eat the scraps. So she would go through school pretending that her mother was a nanny,
Yeah.
not knowing that Mammy was her actual mother.
Yeah.
And the turning point for me was at the end when Mammy died. And
yeah.
she realized she fucked over her mother all those years, even when she was an adult, because she wanted to be white so bad.
Yeah.
She wanted that stature. And she already had it because the people that Mammy was working for, they respected her. But the daughter didn't. Shunned her every time she could. And when she finally died, that was the turning point. So that movie, to this day, if I watch it, I still get emotional behind it because it relates to what's really happening today.
So I know we went through this, treasure on our movies and stuff. So and to pull back on the question that you said, is it okay now for men to be emotional
Yeah.
in relationships, meaning all relationships, and not get shunned upon?
I mean, Carl Thomas had a whole album called Emotional.
Well, let's think
now
about,
hold up.
Let's think about it like this though. You and your wife, y'all are doing whatever and something, and you start crying. And I don't want to go here. Sometimes you get weaponized for those
Well, that means that
emotions.
woman is immature.
Well,
She's immature.
So is it okay for us to?
Yes.
Not just your wife. I'm talking about
Listen, it is human. My personal opinion. You are human when you show emotional. When you show emotions, that means you have a human touch. You can relate to the human life. If you walking around this bitch like the Tin Man and you have a no heart and you cold, that means you broken somewhere inside. And if someone can't understand that, to me, they lack maturity.
And so that doesn't even matter about woman or man because
If you
can basically weaponize it. What's your thoughts on that?
well, like I just believe, man, depending upon the situation. If a brother drop down crying at every goddamn situation,
Now I gotta ask.
well, hold up, bro.
It ain't that bad.
Say, bro, come on now, Doc.
Yeah.
Hey, no, but I guess maybe maybe I just haven't got to the point where I'm talking to my wife or a friend and I'm gonna just start crying. Maybe I ain't there yet.
Nah, I think it's for us. It has to be
It takes a
situational.
while,
It has to be
Maybe-
situational.
Maybe
for us,
maybe
though.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
And my wife is screaming bloody murder at me right now, and You can see. I mean, and my heart ain't hard or none of that type of stuff. My mom whipped all the hardness out of my heart a long time ago.
Right.
but I ain't gonna be crying like that, Doc.
Say no Carl Thomas.
Right.
I'm just saying, bro. Honestly, I mean,
No disrespect to Carl Thomas, y'all, but
I'm not gonna be.
he had a whole
you know,
album.
That's
Tyree. Huh?
That's not me. So, but
See, you know what? Now that I don't know if he ever seen the video. Now Tyrese, that was legitimate. But and I'll say this. I agree with OG with this. If you pick up your phone and hit record or go live to shed some tears, now we got a problem.
Yeah.
Now we got a problem. Now you're looking for sympathy. Now you're looking for all kind of.
I did have a brother call me on the phone.
No.
No.
He's
I'm talking about going on
he's talking
social media.
He's talking about the situation, and I don't want to get too much in this.
But that brother was
when
going through some
Tyree
shit.
was going through something. I can't remember what
He was going his
was it
he
divorce or something like that.
the issue was his
basically went
yeah.
online
and
go live and crying on social
and
media
when I talking about when we're talking about tears, we're not talking about like
made a-
oh
like a
man,
meme out of
we're
it and
talking
all that
about
stuff.
straight up googly goggly.
yeah.
I
I think
didn't.
it was something with his
Somebody
mom.
then died, and
His mom, I think it was.
It was his
But
daughter.
he videoed his mom or something like
His
that.
his mom had passed away, but he didn't do the crime on that. He did the crime because his ex-wife decided that she wanted to take the daughter from him, and she didn't want to. It was a whole custody battle thing, right? But he
Not
was
talking about the friend that called.
I know, but
was-
but big bro, that's a different story now.
But online though,
Right. I hate I brought him up, but yeah,
I agree with you. My daughter, you taking her away from me, that's worth it. But online though,
Sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures.
I fuck with
Shout
him.
out to Tyrese, man.
Hey, because he wasn't afraid.
Hey,
Shit.
that man say, stay. You understand what I'm saying? Put the bags down.
What is it you want from me? What did he say?
Put the goddamn bag down. Shit, don't go.
You know that song didn't do much, and then Stan Smith came out with the same exact song or before that, and it shot through the fucking roof and charts and shit like that. I don't know. I keep up. I watch too much internet, guys. I'm on
all
that too
right.
much.
So I want to go a totally different direction.
Okay.
We finna make a left and then right and then
Detour.
go down the street somewhere.
Go down the constructions.
And even though this brother, we're in the NBA finals right now. Basketball is going on. You got
big ticket. Shout out Kevin.
Big
Durant.
ticket.
Golden State versus Boston. Game 2 was last night to show you when this was recorded.
They got blew out too,
Game 2
didn't
was
they?
like, it was a good game.
It's Draymond though.
Yeah,
Draymond.
He was close to getting out of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
but
Draymond-
that decision that they made to let him stay in the game was a proper
He
decision.
reminds me of Dennis Rodman.
He's they call
little
him
bit.
Dennis Rodman 2.0.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's always Draymond, Rasheed Wallace, cats like that.
He's the
Always.
new Lakers
Rasheed-
coach.
he's assistant coach.
Assistant coach
Who?
now.
Rasheed
Wallace, assistant coach for the Lakers.
They just
I think
announced
LeBron
it
gone
today.
after that.
They
I don't
just
think he can
announced
take
it.
that.
And why did you say that? So
Okay.
I was wanted to give. Okay, I come from an era of basketball with Chicago Bulls, my favorite team.
In history.
So I come from an era of basketball with Jordan. Scottie Pippen is my favorite player. But I don't think those two brothers could have did anything without those two brothers. So in the spirit of basketball, I wanted to basically bring up LeBron. Not that I'm a LeBron fan, but I respect everything he's done for the game, I can't necessarily say for the black community because that's not his job to me. I just think that he's a good stand-up brother that comes from and last week I think it was, his net worth, totaled $1 billion. And I just wanted to kind of give that brother his flowers on that level. You know what I mean? And kind of go from there. And I just, you have a perspective.
Yeah, I do.
You might have a perspective, and I have a perspective.
I'm gonna come honest. I don't fuck with LeBron, and as a basketball player,
Man.
I'm very raw with it. Right? As a basketball player, no. As a person that's a great husband, a great father. Again, we don't know.
Right,
if
we don't know
he's-
all that
He don't
backstory
know if he
stuff.
have any type of Sonny Bunnies. We
Yeah.
do know though. He's allegedly showed up on a ledger for PEDs, but I ain't gonna talk about that. when he was in Miami. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Him and his buddy A-Rod. But anyway, as a basketball player, LeBron James is not in the top 5. He's a top 10 player.
Wow.
Period. We are in Steph Curry's era. And we just left Jordan's era. We just got rid of Jordan.
But Steph Curry is not a. Steph Curry is. So you feel Steph Curry is a top 5 player?
A top 5
Because you
point
said
guard.
Steph Curry's era.
Era,
When
yeah,
we're
as
talking
in-
So we'd have moved out of
when
LeBron.
we're talking about his
We never
era,
was.
Well, when we talk about
We never
Steph-
was in LeBron's era.
Well,
Everyone wants to shoot threes. It's easy to go to the hole and dunk.
Steph Curry changed the game. Well,
And-
Steph Curry changed the game, and with the collaboration of his Splash Brothers of Klay Thompson, that changed the.
Who was a
actually,
drafted team.
They all was drafted.
Drafted team. Let's just talk about it.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson, who should get credit because
Mark
to
get his
me,
flowers. Mark get his flowers.
Not
Steve
like he's
Kerr,
supposed to, though, Doc.
Steve Kerr took over what Mark Jackson put work in. I would agree 100%. They played Mark Jackson. He should be in the position that he's in now. He's the reason why their guys are playing. Basically, Steve Kerr was just there. He learned. Now, Steve Kerr did learn under Greg Popovich, who I think is the second best NBA coach in the league besides Phil Jackson.
You do know that the Boston Celtics coach was at Greg Popovich too.
Yeah.
Both of them
Everybody
co-run
that's
under Greg Popovich.
who's coached under Greg has gone and did successful things. But I will say Mark Jackson is the reason that team is the way they are. Everybody
Yeah.
just took over the leftovers.
So for me, and I'll go. So Mark Jackson does get his flowers for that team, I think, because he did put the foundation for that team together. But I still will give Steve Kerr also recognition because he also groomed that team to do certain things that they're doing to this day. Not saying that Mark couldn't have done that at all, but you still have to give the current person who is doing it and continuously doing it their credit also. So that basically, I'm going to give the concrete guy, hey man, you did a great concrete,
fam.
but then the house guy also get his flowers.
So, all right. I'm a Cowboy.
Oh, goodness.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy.
Make
right
bad
here.
decisions in life.
Look,
Go ahead.
okay, wait a minute. Since you said that, right? So we got Jimmy Johnson holding it down.
Oh, he went old school.
We got that's all we. That's you go ahead and say that's all we got to talk about
yeah,
anyway,
right there. That's the epitome. That's the shit.
Okay, I'm just
That
saying.
whole squad was
okay,
just
okay, but what
Woo!
I'm saying, no, you're saying you went old school. So
Right.
what I'm saying is, that's the championship years. That's why I brought this
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So we got Jimmy Johnson back to back,
back to back. Michael Irvin,
Michael Irvin,
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith.
Yep.
Got Woodson in the backfield. You got the whole kit and caboodle.
Damn.
All right. So
A ball team, but go ahead.
you just said that. Okay, now watch this. Miss a year. Still the same players. Barry Switzer. They win the Super Bowl again.
The players.
So with that being said, should he get any recognition?
Who, Barry Switzer?
Yes.
Yes, but coaching still matters.
He still got all the same.
So let's okay.
Still
I'm gonna add on
coaching.
to. I'm gonna ask the question because I think I know where you're going with this. Did everything else stay the same except for coaching?
No, it couldn't have.
No, I'm talking
Because
about
the
the back.
coach-
I'm talking about assistant coaches. I'm talking about the defensive
No.
coordinators. I'm
They
talking about
bring in
the
when
whole
coaches-
new-
they
whole new
bring in
squad?
Some new pieces.
Some may stay, some may leave.
Some new pieces.
But the whole new.
so the
and I don't
program
know
didn't change.
football
Then.
like that.
I don't think the program changed. Then the players
Yeah.
didn't change.
So when a coach comes in, he's going to revamp that program to where it fits his strategy. That's just my thought. I don't know necessarily with football like that because I never followed the Cowboys. I'm a Bears fan. We only have
Womp,
one,
womp, womp.
one or so good.
Womp, womp,
The
womp.
Bears? Well, I can't talk. Detroit has never won.
I was just
shit.
going to say. So,
They never won
yeah,
shit.
Didn't y'all run off Barry?
See,
Barry,
so
Megatron.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chime in real quick about the Fords. The Fords care about concessions, and if anybody know what concessions is, you make an arm and a leg. When you go to these games, a beer costs like $20.
Kind of like the Jones of the field.
Yeah, so they're about,
what I mean? But-
concessions, and that's where they get most of their money.
Right.
So, yeah, we ran Barry up out of there. We fucked over Megatron in his prime. He probably could have still played if he would have left Detroit early. I still honestly think he may have something left, but I think they just broke him up too bad. But no, LeBron James, back to him. LBJ, flop master flex. I can go on and
That's
on.
the league to this day.
But
what
listen.
he does.
When you change the way the game is played, then you are in that era. The crossover. Everybody says AI was the guy, but really Timmy Hardaway
Hardaway.
was the guy that started it
Super
all.
crossover, yeah.
He elevated. Dr. J was the skyhook. He was dunking from the. When he went up and dunked, it looked graceful. But Michael Jordan came in and just dominated the ball. When you can't call yourself the king, in my personal opinion, and you don't take over the mid-third to the fourth quarter, we all know when Kobe Bryant had the ball and on the second half of the third, it was all him.
Well, Kobe's
Okay.
number two.
cannot-
I mean, Jordan's Kobe.
Okay, your boy Shumpert,
Yeah.
who played with Cleveland.
Right.
If you never go look at it, Shumpert said, man, he was killing the game. He rocking it. And in getting close to the end of the third quarter, Kobe came over there and slapped him on the ass. Good game. And he was like, he looking like, what you mean good game? We still got
And take over.
Yeah.
we got time on the clock.
The takeover is over now. The takeover's
We
beginning.
still got time on the clock. And he said, man, he lit him up.
Yep.
Kobe lit him up.
Yep.
But, man, you said LeBron is not in the top 5.
No, he's top 10.
What'd you say, Tiny?
He top 10 for sure.
Because I put Kobe in there, Jordan,
6.
Kobe, and I'm going by players that I saw. So I never saw Will.
Nope.
I really, truly never saw Bill.
Nope.
I'll put LeBron top 5. Don't know where I'll put him top 5 yet.
LeBron.
Probably
LeBron
third.
four-
Probably third or fourth to me. Because
Well,
you got Magic and you
That's
know
what I'm
what I
saying.
mean.
I'm going with Jordan number 1.
Right.
Give me Magic number 2. I got to go with the Black Mamba
Kobe. That's right.
number 3.
Only got 2 spots left.
I'm gonna go. Give me LeBron number 4. LeBron lead 4-5 somewhere in there.
So we got to
So
put.
no, give me. I tell you what. This I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Magic. I'm gonna go. Jordan, Magic, Kobe. I got to bring Diesel in there.
Oh,
There we go. You
I
forgot.
gotta
Not see.
that's my brother. LSU shout him out.
See?
Come on, big, give me
Yeah,
Shaq
yeah,
Diesel.
yeah.
But
See?
you know what's even more crazy? I got to say Shaq.
You got to put
Okay,
Shaq in there.
I got to put Shaq in there. Now listen to this. You know what? Lou Alcindor.
See now.
Okay, now watch this. The rules of the game gonna change now. Now I'm like Tiny. Tiny said, you know what? I really never seen Kareem play until he was on his way, damn near on his way out, right? But man, the dude changed the game. You talking about game change?
Change the game.
Man, they have the Lou Alcindor rule. No dunking. And no dunking at all.
And what he do? He created the skyhook,
And it was untouchable.
the hardest defending shot ever.
So, but I'm putting Kareem. I'm gonna have to go Kareem 6. Mm-hmm. So give me Jordan,
Agree.
Magic, Kobe, Diesel, LeBron my number 5th. That's it. Cause he gonna go
I like
4.
that.
He gonna go 4 or 5.
I like
That's
that.
it.
I like that list. It's just that for me,
But
just
then you
maybe
got your
I'll
Tim Dunkers
transfer.
of the world.
That's
you
what I'm
feel
saying.
me?
You got
You
dudes
got
that
Tracy
have,
McGrady.
like
You
Tim
got-
Duncan have been there. Tim Duncan got 5 rings. We sleep on Tim. Tiny Tim, quiet as hell. We sleep on Tim. We sleep on that whole Spurs, that whole squad, Ginobili. Now they're not
yeah,
greats. They're not
yeah,
greats,
yeah,
but Tim Duncan is a great player.
Good pieces to the puzzle.
Larry Bird.
Man, Larry, I'm gonna just be honest.
Larry Bird. Him and LeBron got the same stats.
Yeah,
Number of
I've never-
MVPs, number of rings.
I'll put Larry top 10.
Exact same. And the bubble don't count. To me, the bubble don't count.
And I'm gonna just be honest with you right here, big bro. You put Larry in today's game, he ain't gonna do Nathaniel.
No.
Well, we looking at.
He
Hold on. We looking at.
He gonna be just like the other cats on the other teams.
No, we looking at Larry Bird 2.0 being played right now.
Who?
Well, he not playing right now. Luka. That's Larry Bird 2.0. Only difference between the only difference between him
Luka's
and
a point guard.
listen, look,
Larry's was a
listen.
power
The only
forward.
thing between the only difference
Small
between those guys is that Luka's getting in the hole.
Larry, man.
Larry
I
got
saw
a killer
some-
shot. If I'm giving,
I saw some clips
if
on
I want
Larry.
to give the ball to anybody, I'm giving it to Larry
But
Bird.
let's think about this.
Man,
So
I got
I
the
saw
big
some
ticket
clips.
coming in that thing too,
I saw
man.
some clips on Larry that
Okay, hold on.
Larry. Back on the Larry thing, I was just wanted to tell you. So, I've saw stuff on Larry where Larry used to tell his opponents what he was about to do.
Yeah, and he did it.
I'm gonna get the ball right here. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna.
Mike too.
And now Mike just.
Mike did it.
No. What I'm trying to get at is Larry. I'm not trying to put Larry in the top 5, but I think Larry's already in the top 10.
He needs to be there.
You got Vince Carter coming through that.
So-
thing. I done seen clips on Carter that's ridiculous.
So I'm gonna ask a question.
Olajuwon, what?
Hold up, we getting there. See, what did LeBron James do in his 19 years, other than stat pack? How did he change basketball? Because 90% of his shots is within 3 feet. That means he's dunking majority of the time.
How did he change basketball?
What did he change basketball at? Because that's defined eras. That, to me, that defines an era. If you change the way the game is played, the game right now is a little bit more fast-paced. Would y'all agree? Mm-hmm. Fast-paced, pull up, shoot. 3-pointers. That's Steph Curry. Splash Brothers. Before that, what era we was in? I'm saying Jordan's era.
No.
What did LeBron James do?
No. I'm not saying we weren't in Jordan there. I think we were probably, at a stagnant point. You know what I mean? Until LeBron. I don't know.
Well, he marked. If that's the case, what you're saying, bro, he marked himself with the king. But guess what? I tell you what, he's still top 5. You got to get look. He big dude. He driving to the hole.
And I get what you're going. He's driving to the hole. He's 6'9", stacked.
How tall Magic was?
Yeah.
Now I'm not trying to do no comparison.
No,
Between him and
Magic was 6'9", but Magic facilitated the game.
Magic had a finesse game.
Yeah, he had a finesse game that I don't see nothing in. To me, they try to compare. They try to compare LeBron and say he facilitate the game like Magic. No, if I had to compare anybody to LeBron, it would be Oscar Robertson. it would be that player versus
Well,
Magic.
So I never saw Oscar Robertson like that.
You know,
but I
so-
will say LeBron's game, to me, tailors a lot more like Magic.
No,
not
I
saying
disagree.
the Showtime part of it.
I disagree.
Because Magic had
Yeah, he
Worthy,
had some
he
people
had
around him,
Cooper,
yeah.
he had
Byron
a lot
Scott.
of Byron Scott, a lot of dogs around him, you know, and they played a long years together. LeBron played some years here, played some years there, went here and
Yep,
different things.
go ahead.
So that
Put it
chemistry
out there.
sometimes had to flow. And I will say, you know,
Yep.
D-Wade might not needed him, you know,
Nope.
to win
He-
those championships.
he went
D-Wade
down
won
there
them
to learn
before,
how to play.
or whatever. But I still think LeBron has a purpose.
Yeah, he has a purpose in the
And
NBA.
He facilitated a lot of things that went on. Even we may not see it, he facilitated.
Yeah, you got two
and a
people-
lot of building these
You
teams
got
too.
yeah, you got two people drawing to him. He able to kick out. Man, this is a lot to the game now.
Right.
I know, and it's more than just pull up and shoot. There's more than
Right.
that. Okay, so explain to me. Again, I got two questions. The first was yet to be answered because we know for a fact he has not changed the paradigm of basketball and how it's played. The man is rated number 300 on the defensive list. Okay, he's at the bottom.
Okay.
Jordan, again, you
Different
can't compare.
eras.
Again, you can't
Different
compare the
eras
two
because
players
nobody
because
plays defense.
right, nobody. Steph Curry's got chewed up for just sitting there chewing his damn mouthpiece. So none of these cats that's playing ball now are really. You can wave your hand and it's a foul.
But that's again because of the rule change and different things like that.
But I beg to ask the question: what has LeBron James? I can name one thing LeBron James has done in the game of basketball. It has nothing to do with basketball. He changed the way you were not extremely loyal to teams. He taught players how to market themselves outside of just sticking with one team forever. Hey, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to take my talent somewhere else because you're either not appreciating me here or we need more people around you. We talk about how LeBron James has played the toughest competition ever. And let's just be frank. The years that LeBron was going to the finals, the East Coast wasn't shit. If we put LeBron James in the 90s with the Knicks and the Indiana Pacers and all those other teams, he may have not coasted so easy. Not saying he would have never made it. He would have never coasted the way he did. So I asked the question again. If we're talking about people who are changing the game, what did he bring different to the game since he's been in the league? 19 years. Running to the hole and dunking ain't it.
well, no, you know,
He 250.
I can't say run into the hole and dunk it ain't it, but I know he's brought some. First of all, he got some championships.
2.
Okay, three. He has
3 count. That fourth one don't count.
So
To me,
on,
that
come
fourth one, that's the bubble.
it's still a championship.
He complained about the
Second of-
bubble the year
second of
before,
all,
and then now he got a championship out the bubble. Come on.
Secondly,
Mm-hmm.
not just the championships, but he brings a winning feeling towards your team and the finals. The finals.
Who
He's
you
been to the
watching,
finals.
man?
No. When I said winning,
Talking about when he walked off
structure.
the jersey.
Yeah. Who you watching, dog?
No,
Hold up.
so-
When he
so-
sit there with your boy,
So you have to think about this.
your boy was high.
LeBron, this is how many years have LeBron
Who was that
been
made
to the
that-
finals?
Being at
This
the
this is
Hold
the
on.
only, so
Going don't
before
mean
it's-
winning.
So there's a winning
going is not the
structure.
same as winning.
There's a win. I'm not talking about winning the chip. I'm talking about a winning organization. Every organization that he has played for has turned to be a winning
what happened
organization.
to what happened to those guys? Hold up.
They may have not won the championship,
So-
which is the end goal, but they still turned into a
So
winning
my-
organization. Cleveland Cavaliers
That's the only
was,
team.
was not a
That's the
winning
only team.
organization. When LeBron came there, they were a winning organization.
They didn't go until
when
he came
Bron
back.
left, they were a losing organization.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Lakers. The Lakers lost
No.
Kobe. The Lakers lost Kobe, and they would turn to be not that winning organization again.
So
they were still, by the persona of the Lakers, considered a winner. but they weren't winning.
So you got to define the word winning. Like, okay, so winning
I'm
organization.
not talking about the championship. I'm talking about the persona of where
Over
you're
500.
going. Oh, not just over 500, going
He's
to the
under
playoffs.
500 this last season.
I'm not talking
He's not
about.
talking about that.
I'm not talking about the that. I'm talking about when you got Bron, then your mindset as a GM, a owner, and player, as you got an opportunity to win it all.
We gotta come. Let's bring it back. I know where you're going with this, but I gotta bring it all the way back. I gotta bring it back for a circle, because this question is not answered, and I'm gonna tell you, it would never be answered, because the truth of the matter is, how great everybody say that he is, he's never changed ball. Now, when he went to Miami, that was all Pat Riley. Eric Spoelstra was just a placeholder. You would have to be a fool to think Eric Spoelstra led those guys to the finals.
The reason why I say that, I represent the 10 players on the court, not the coaches, not the GMs, not them, but the 10 players on the court
Got it.
are blood, heart, and steel to win these games and make this organization. Because I've had a coach tell me certain things, and us 5, man,
Let's get it.
let's go do this. We doing this. So I'm talking about those. LeBron's a player, so I can only go with the perspective of a player, not a coach, not a GM. So as a player, there's a persona behind him of winning. I'm not talking about changing an era or doing, change, So to me, Hakeem Olajuwon didn't change nothing. That don't take away his greatness.
Hold up.
Tim Duncan didn't change nothing.
No.
That don't take away his greatness.
I beg to differ from you, because Hakeem Olajuwon had the best footwork in the game. Kobe Bryant would tell you in his documentary.
It did not change the game the way the game was played.
Okay, so LeBron didn't change the game. So
But
I'm
that
thinking
don't take
about
away him as a player.
he's not the greatest of all time, and he's not top 5. You still got other players that's done way more and added more to the game.
Did Shaq change the way the game was played?
Hell yeah.
You better not say Zeke.
Yeah, I would never put. Hold up. Now that was a joke on the phone, okay? And I had to throw Zeke. Now Zeke scored 16 points on a broke ankle within I want to say 20, 30 seconds. No, hold up. So I'm just saying.
That's just Detroit talking.
That's
Go ahead.
Detroit, okay? I'm always rep the D, the bad boys back to back. I was there. I was a little ass kid when that shit was happening. What I'm saying is this, right? When I look at the game of basketball, I've never played a lick of it, right? But my brothers played. I watched the game. I watched it throughout the years. I've seen Kobe's. I've seen the Jordans. I've seen the Tim Duncans. I've seen the Vince Carters, the Tracy McGrady's, who I think was a taller version, slinkier version of Kobe. He just got injured. He had a lot of Penny Hardaway. Let's just talk about Penny Hardaway. If Penny Hardaway would have never got injured and Shaq would have never jumped ship, we would be looking at Penny and Shaq as the dynamic duo.
That's a lot of players, because I can go with one of mine, D Rose.
I'm saying,
Rose wouldn't have ever got hurt.
All right, but
so
I'm
we
saying
can always do that.
Right, but I'm saying this, right? When I look at basketball, just like when I look at boxing, I look at who changed the way things go on a whole scale. To the point where motherfuckers ain't singing they want to be like LeBron. They still singing they want to be like Mike. And Kobe's next. I don't hear people running to the stores selling out LeBrons. I can go buy 5-10 pair of LeBrons right now easily. I'm talking about changing the way things are to the point where everybody is trendy and they're following
Nobody has ever sold shoes on the level of Jordan has sold shoes.
Right, so that'll never happen.
So there's,
I
think
Shaq had at Walmart, okay, you better stop playing them Shaqs and them Reeboks too.
But still, nobody has brought. There are 16. I think Gilbert Arenas. I was watching the show. It was a Gilbert. There are 16 signature shoes that has ever
sold
out there
Yep.
or whatever. So none of those have ever done the level of what Jordan has done with his shoes. So I don't necessarily go with the shoe thing as far as a popularity, match of LeBron being on top 5, top 10, whatever. I just think that.
And the man
his
quits.
body of work.
The man.
I see it
Oh,
too.
listen, the
I
man
see it too.
quits. You know when LeBron, and that goes feeding right back into what our main topic was about emotion, right? You can tell third quarter when the players ain't playing like they supposed to. You can see LeBron on the sideline, head down, towel on his head, looking crazy and shit. That ain't no leader. I can't look at that and say, you know what? He's my top 5. I look at that man as you can't control your emotions. You don't have control of the game. Win, lose, or draw, go all out. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm judging them. Again, that's my opinion. But you got too many other players that did way more work.
Well, we all know Mount Rushmore need to have more faces. You know what I mean? To fit the but
that's the go-to. You got the even though those presidents weren't shit, you know what I'm saying? They all on money though, but they wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? We know that. But so as a person that's done great for the community, and FYI, I already said this, and we're gonna look this up. LeBron James did not spend $2 million on that school in Ohio. I'm not hating on LeBron. I respect him as a husband and a father. He's never been in no scandals. We ain't never heard Savannah come out and say he didn't got caught in the DMs, even though it was rumored for that. So I give him that as a man, as a black man who represents what a black family's supposed to be, like the Cosbys and shit like that. How we used to look on TV. I give him kudos for that. But I'm judging that man on basketball accolades only. The man is a quitter. I sound like Stephen A. Smith up here. He's a quitter. I've seen it too many times. You couldn't pay Kobe Bryant to do that shit. You couldn't pay.
And let's end that on giving LeBron his flowers.
The man, my top 5. Period.
I'm going to say he's a top 10 player. He may be number 6. Just because he did, to me personally, I didn't run home from school, or I didn't turn on LeBron's playing, I'm going to turn it on and watch. Nah.
What's your number? What's your number? 6?
My top.
For LeBron.
I could put him in 6, 7, 8.
So he's a top 5 for me. Top 5 kind of.
What yours is? Give me your top 5.
Top 5 kind of moves around for me. I think it's more aligned to what you said as far as Jordan. I would probably move Kobe
number 2 on
at 2 and Shaq. Shaq will be 3 for me, and Magic, and then probably Tim Duncan.
Look, I'm not going to. That Black Mamba, he's just something different, bro. He's just something different. Jordan was Jordan number 1, but like, if Jordan even tell you, like, the dude damn near studied Jordan to the T, and damn near got him down to the T. Doppelganger. And that's why I say 3, but I'm gonna put Magic because he game change. Magic, and not saying that Kobe didn't, but man, the dude was towards the end. It was the end of his career. He was broke up.
Through Achilles popped.
He was broke.
No, don't carry me off. I'm walking off.
I'm shooting his free throws.
Look, finger
through. He played a whole season.
Fingers split,
snapped.
Don't just go ahead, pull it out.
Yep, wrap it up, pull it out. I'm playing.
I'm gonna keep playing.
LeBron
broke up. Guess what? Last game he played. Give me them 60.
Yep, I want them 60.
I need 60.
My top 5 is gonna be Jordan, Magic, Bird.
Man, stop throwing Bird in there, man.
Bird, man, because listen.
Next year gonna be talking about Zeke.
That spot up shot from the corner is just deadly. Even though Reggie Miller to me is a different ball game when it comes to pop up and shooting, but the accolades I have to give it to him. You gotta remember we was looking at Bird and Magic before we was looking at Jordan. A lot of people missed that whole little small stint of Converse, and then next here come the 85. 85 came, the Jordan 1 came, and it was over after that. So Jordan for me, who did I say? Jordan, Hakeem, not Hakeem, but
Magic.
Magic, Wilt, not Wilt, Jordan, Magic. What is that nigga's name? Damn, I always fuck this up. The nigga that played for the Lakers. What's the other nigga's name?
Will Alcindor.
No, hell no.
Will,
No, not Will.
Bill Russell,
fuck.
man.
No, not Bill Russell. Damn, the Skyhook nigga. I just fucking
Kareem.
Yes. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
you know, the boy mama named Lou, I'm gonna call him Lou.
I'm calling him after he went to the Nation of Islam. That man is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Diesel. LeBron James will probably, for me, will be moved. I'll probably move him at 8. After his performance this past year, and the other years, and the quitting.
He
was hurt, man.
He averaged 30. At 19 years in the league, he averaged 30.
You expect the man to be the same.
No.
LeBron James- I'm not a LeBron James fan, but come on now.
Listen. His stat pattern, and we said this on the phone. Records are meant to be broken, right? We all agree that, right? Even though Wayne Gretzky is probably gonna go down in history in hockey, no one's gonna never touch those records. Tom Brady, don't even think it's gonna happen. I don't even see nobody winning 7 rings. Period. LeBron, no.
Okay.
No. I'm
What?
not hating on the brother. His game's not exciting. Like, I'm going to quote my man Dennis Rodman. His game's basic. It's just basic. 250, 6'6", 6'7". I'm expecting your post game to be off the chain.
You know what? I just thought about something, and we're gonna kind of end it here.
Yeah.
I was in a LeBron commercial when I was staying in
Really? You got to pull that up.
The
We got to find
I do
that.
commercial where he went to Miami.
What? We got
So remember when
not 4, not 5, not 6,
No,
not that
I-
bullshit,
so-
right? Oh, okay.
it was one where I can be a so and so, I can be this.
Oh,
I
I seen the Nike commercial.
The Nike commercial, the part that where they was in the gym.
Yeah, they was in the gym.
And they were
to bring that up.
the tractor. So he was on the back of a backhoe, pushing up the floor. Remember the guys that was there that ran off the I was a part of the guys that was on the basketball court. We ran off the basketball
Oh, we got to bring that up, man. We want to throw that in the
It's
edit.
a short clip now.
I'm
It's
about
only
to-
like
I'm about to slow it down.
Wait, so let me.
Then you gotta slow it real down.
Let me ask you this before we go. Look, so when you seen him, what did you?
I never met him.
Okay.
So through that
You
whole
starstruck
thing,
like that?
I've never. No, I
What
can't
about
say
you,
that.
big bro? If you see him, would you?
I actually had a chance to meet one of my favorite boxers of all time in Vegas, 2007. Floyd Mayweather Jr. At the time,
Oh, he a boxer?
Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. Yeah, he's a
I thought they called it Ducker, but go ahead.
ducker. You know what? See,
I'm messing
the
with
only
you.
person he ducked was Paul Williams. And I'm going to be frank. He should have fought Paul before Paul got in that accident.
I'm messing with you, Floyd.
Everybody
Don't
else,
send your
he
gun.
washed him.
Hey, come out here and put his hands on you.
Yeah, don't come out and put your hands on me now. I'm messing with you.
No, but he was cool. He was a cool guy.
One of my all-time favorite. T.O.
Man, Terrell Owens.
My favorite. If I had to ask for autograph, I wouldn't give a hoot about getting an
Yeah.
autograph from nobody. I will get one from
You know,
him.
he still
my
can,
dog.
You know, he
He
said
plays in that
he
league.
still can play right now.
He plays in that
That's my dog.
Canadian league.
He
whatever
does?
it is.
T.O.
Yeah.
is my dog.
I
You know,
think he
so-
could come back.
So you know your sister told you about her encounter in school class last week?
My sister, in broker's class and while in broker class, man,
It's
shouts
on
out there.
Zoom. It's on Zoom.
Should I say it?
So it was a Zoom call. Yeah, go ahead. It was Zoom stuff.
Shouts out to Emmitt Smith,
Yeah.
cowboy.
Yeah.
He's in the broker's class. Guess
Nice.
Had E.
Said-
Smith on there.
what? Say something real positive about the brother because guess what? At the end of the day, because he got the cake, I can go get somebody to be the broker here.
I want to do it myself.
I'm gonna do it myself.
Hey, I go back to it, and that goes again.
Get the bag, Emmett.
Get the bag, LeBron. Thank you for telling players you don't have to be a slave to the game. That right there is the one thing I'll give him. He gave you to have choice, and he put his man's on. I'll give him that. He put Rich, what's his name? The guy-
Rick Paul.
Rich Paul, who's, he put his boys on. He did what he was supposed to do when you got a crew of dudes around you and y'all all supporting each other like that. So I won't shit on him as a person, but as a basketball player, I'm gonna take 2 dumps on you because I know it's more to that brother. In his prime, he could have did way more to change the game.
You know, I got you talk about Star Sox, and I just thought about, I got a basketball upstairs where I have a guy sign it for me that I met. I was way younger in Florida, working at Foot Locker. Mind you, I was older. First pair of Jordan ever, because I said I wasn't gonna buy none. I was working at Foot Locker because I can get them half off.
Oh,
Stuff
nice.
Like that. So I'm working at Foot Locker, and I see a guy. He has a championship sailfish, and I'm shirt on, and I said, "Did you win the championship?" He said, "No, I didn't win it, but I won a lot of these." He showed me an NBA championship ring.
Damn.
Who are you?
Who are you?
His wife with him. He said, "That's John Havlicek."
What?
Who the fuck?
I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, I'm John Havlicek. I stayed in Florida or whatever." I said, "Man, if I could run down to this Champs
And give me a ball.
and get me a
Right.
basketball,
Please.
would you sign it for me?" He was
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Psh, yeah, of course."
Cool as hell.
Or whatever, you know what I mean? So I ran down to Champs, got a basketball, got a sign it. Still got it upstairs to this day.
Nice.
So that's my,
One thing I'll probably shut up after this, man. Just one quick thing. Inline conversation, right?
Yes.
We talked about athletes. We talked about a lot of stuff as far as relationships and stuff like that. But I just want to say this to my 2 brothers. I have the utmost respect for y'all.
Same here, man.
With a tear in my eye.
Oh,
You
nice.
gonna cry on me?
There's nothing wrong with it, brother.
No, for real though.
Yeah.
Like iron sharpened iron, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff that we talk about, we talking to the screen. But I just want to tell y'all sharpening me up too.
Same here, man. Same
I
here.
appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you too. And we gotta learn how to. And the whole theme of it is emotions, right? There's nothing wrong with giving your brother his flowers. Period. On any level, anything. So I'm honored to be in the same room with these brothers actually doing this. This is our 2nd episode. Of course, it's gonna get 10 times better. We look forward to bringing people on. But same thing. I enjoy what we're doing, man. I think the gel here is perfect. It's only gonna get better.
Me too. I think the same thing. And with that being said, tune in Inline Conversations for, subscribe, like, and all that type of stuff.
You can catch us on all.
Don't worry about the little muscle thing. He got
Man,
You catch us on
you slipping on me, boy. You better watch.
I don't know, man. We might have to do a show from the boat or something, man. Next, when we get deep in the game. Yeah, once we get it right, man. We, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we do a show from the, go fishing or something like that. But yeah, just remember, don't forget, you catch us on all, streaming platforms: Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to add on to the conversation in the comment section, please do. We will interact with you. Peace. Thanks for joining us here at Inline Conversations. We out.